morning, Upper School. This is your Mental Maths video for the 17th of February, and we are going to be looking at negative numbers on a number line, but slightly different from yesterday. We are going to be filling in the blanks, okay? So sometimes you might get a number line that has a scale on it, like this one, for example, and it asks you to fill in the blank numbers, okay? So another little example could be something like that, a thermometer with some blanks, or a temperature gauge with some blanks where you've got to actually make up your own number line. So I'm going to give you a little bit of practice and explanation of how to do that. So I have divided my board into 2 questions from the mild column, 2 questions from the medium column, and 2 questions from the hot column. And we'll just talk through each and every one, and hopefully you understand it by the end of the video. So we're trying to fill in the blanks. That basically is explaining to us how much is the scale when you make your way through the number line. So for example, on my regular number line that I've got here, it goes from -10 to +10, or just 10 as we would say. And say for example, I'm starting from here, it goes -10, -9, -8, -7, -6, and so on. That tells me that it's moving in ones, okay? So the pace or the scale of the number line is that it's moving in ones. It's quite easy to work out. So this one's going forward in ones, all right? Some of our scales don't always go up in ones. Sometimes they go up in 2s. Sometimes they go up in 3s. Sometimes they go up in 4s or 5s. So our job today is to try and recognise the scale and then fill in the blank numbers that are missing. So let's try number 1 on the mild column. It goes -3, -2, blank, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay? I like to look at the positive numbers because it helps me to work out the scale a little bit better. So I can tell from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2, and from 2 to 3, I am going up in ones. Okay? So every time I am adding one more. Every loop or every scale that I'm going forward is adding on 1. So let's see if I can do that with the existing scale that I've got to fill in the blank. So it goes -3, -2. What number comes in between -2 and 0? -2, add 1. So if I go back to my original number line, here's -2. Okay? If I go 1 forward and add on 1, I get to -1. So use your number line to help you. Okay? -1 is my answer. Alright. Let's try number 2. It starts with -8, -7, blank, -5, -4. I'm going to follow that on my number line, okay, my real life one. So, -8, -7. This hasn't been filled out, so I'll just put a wee line underneath it. -5, -4. They're missing -6. It's so obvious when you do it like that, and you can see it in your number line, missing -6. Okay? They were pretty straightforward because they were going in ones. I think one of your questions might be a slight trick because it goes up in 2, so be careful for that one. Okay? Let's try the medium column. Okay? So one of your questions, I think it's question number 2, starts at -7 or -7, and it goes like this. -7, -5, blank, -1, 1, 3, 5. Okay, so is that going up in ones? Let's have a little look at the positive side. Is 1 add 1, 3? No. 1, 3, 5. This shows me that this one's going up in 2s. Because I know 1 add 2 gives me 3. And 3 add 2 gives me 5. It's like spotting a number sequence or a pattern. Okay, so let's do that on our number line and see how we get on. So I'm going to use a blue pen for this just so you can see it a bit better. So starting at -7, minus 7, minus 5, minus 3. Oh, I've just given you the answer, haven't I? Minus 1. It looks like, and then it goes 1, 3, 5. Okay, so let's go over that again. Minus 7, I've got that. Minus 5, I've got that. The next one is minus 3, so that's the gap that I need to put in. Minus 3. Okay? Let's try number 4 on the medium column. It says minus 15, blank, minus 5, 0, 5, 10. Right, okay, so I know this isn't going up in 1s or 2s this time. So to get from 0 to 5, I need to add on 5. Would you agree? So 0 add 5 gives me 5. To get from 5 to 10, I've got to add on 5 as well. So I know this number line is moving in a scale of 5. It's counting on in 5s. So minus 15, what? And then minus 5. What number comes between minus 15 and minus 5 if we add on 5 more? Right. I think we would find that minus 15 add on 5, and I'll just draw you a wee number line here because that number line might not be big enough. If I've got minus 15 here and I add on 5, some of you will be able to do this mentally, some of you would like to see it probably drawn out. Add on 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be minus 14, minus 13, minus 12, minus 11, and I would land on minus 10. So it would be minus 15, minus 10, minus 5, 0, 5, 10. Super duper. So it's quite good because you're working out a scale and then filling in the gap. Okay, let's move down to the slightly harder hot column, and I wonder if I can maybe move my camera just so we can see that a little bit closer. Okay, so we've got minus 4, 0, blank, 8 and 12. I like to focus on the positive numbers first. So to get from 8 to 12, I know that I have to add on 4. Okay? To get from minus 4 to 0, I know I have to add on 4. So we're filling in the gap there. To get 0 and then the next number, what is 0? Add 4, and that will tell you the missing number in the scale. Dead easy. 0 add 4 is 4. Okay, and let's see if that makes sense when I read it out as a long pattern. Minus 4, 0, 4, 8, 12. Yep, that sounds accurate. Okay, let's try number 4 on the hot column. Minus 52, blank, blank, minus 46, minus 44. Right, a little bit trickier this one because we don't have anything to go by here. We'll just have to go by these two numbers. So to get from minus 46 to minus 44, you know that to get from 46 to 44, there's a difference of 2. So I must be adding on 2 for that one. So let's see if we can do that for the rest. Minus 52, add on 2, will take me to minus 50. Okay. The numbers are getting smaller. Okay, usually that's quite confusing for you, I suppose, because usually if I say add on 2, you would think that the number is getting bigger, but actually the numbers are getting smaller, or sorry, the numbers are getting bigger, but it's because they're moving away from the negative number line, and as you push them forward, then they are getting bigger, in fact. Okay, so as they go from the left to the right of the number line, they're actually getting a lot bigger. It's because they're negative just now. It's a little bit more confusing. So minus 50, if we add on 2 to that, you can kind of see it already. What goes in between 50 and 46? That's a multiple of 2. Minus 50, minus 48, then minus 46, minus 44. I hope that makes sense. It's slightly trickier, I must say. And then I've only given you 5 questions for this because I've actually included some scales for you to try and work out by yourself. So you have to include the missing numbers on these real life scales and add in the missing numbers on this thermometer scale, and this one here should be pretty straightforward. That should be going up in ones, so you've to mark the temperature that's given inside this bubble. So if it's 10 degrees Celsius, you go to number 10 and you do a little dash to represent that, or you could colour it in red or something like that so it stands out. Okay, good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more fun. Bye.